We're almost only 2 weeks away until the new year arrives, and if you're planning to go on a vacation or thinking you're not going to be home a lot where you're going to need constant Wi-Fi, well, I managed to round up a list of over 30 new insane offline and single-player games to pick up right now on your Android and iOS as well. Let's go. Released only a few days ago, today this just actually hit the 1 million mark on the download counts. At number 1, we've got a fully free-to-play mobile exclusive new entry in the Hello Neighbor series called Nikki's Diaries. It's a 5 out of 5 rated mobile game delivering the absolute #1 stealth mechanics on the platform if a mobile game ever did besides this series itself. Works with the controller, offline if you want it. The game is realistic and smooth as hell, and it's got adjustable graphics.
You walk, I'll float.
Available on PCs since January this year, finally here on Android. At number 2, we have SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake. It's a pretty decent sequel to the Battle for Bikini Bottom, featuring new platforming skills, much more customs, a bigger map, new story, new songs, and voiceovers. Everything's new with this one, as opposed to the previous game. Cosmic Shake, however, is a paid game. You pick it up for free unofficially, but if you're going for the full thing, it's about $10. Plays offline and also with a controller. At number 3, we've got a realistic driving stunt and racing new game here from a new team of mobile game veterans. Here going by the name Tafahit, which is apparently Arabic for drifting. I just learned that myself thanks to one of my subscribers. It's an offline racing sim here doing the best job a racer did in the past 40 days. It's a free game, about 300 megabytes in total, and was legit. This in game footage. Moving on to number 4, we have a pretty darn good police chasing sim here, work of one of the best developers in town. Over 10 open world sim games already, all above 4.5 in rating. This is these veterans' new work. It's a decent offline police chasing sim. There's a ton of missions, car chases mostly. A lot of missions to go through, car chases mostly. Some heavy action to stop criminals here. Easily above 20 hours of replay. This one's a free game, about 150 megabytes in total, and also playable offline. Previously mentioned this thing a week ago when it was in pre-register. Number 5, we have of course the biggest game in scale in the list, Goat Simulator 3. This is actually a $13 piece of an adventure comedy open world action game that most of you already know from its previous iteration. Just in case you're thinking if it is a thing for you, rest assured it's a phenomenal port with just a couple of bugs that one of them actually got taken care of, the data loss. Anyway, the folks are working on the graphical options. It's a pretty big game, about 2 gigabytes in total, and it plays with a controller.
Jay, where are you going? The ladies go first.
Number 6. Well, hopefully you're a fan of the Kelperion Studios works, because we've got here the 8th and supposedly final chapter of Ice Scream series of games now available on mobiles for free. Just the same. Now, there's a bit of a downside here. The full game comes out in a few days, like December 15, and it is right now on pre-register. So if you're looking for a mobile AAA puzzle horror game to try without having to play its previous entries, as developers stated, make sure to keep this one in mind. Number 7. I've been waiting on this thing for like over a month now, since the team's last open world game, Transformers Open World. This is a bit of a different approach. This time we have Moto Rider, awarded as the number 5 most downloaded and highest rated game of the year. This one here is simply a bike racing sim. It's an offline one and about 300 megabytes in total. For the 200 megabytes it's asking for, it offers the most realistic bike racing sim on the platform. This thing is hitting almost 5 million downloads in less than a month, and it's a free game too. Oh yeah, you can actually have hands on the Hitman Blood Money, which was one of the most anticipated games of 2023 right now. Not only on Android, but iOS with the prices of $10 and $15. If you're just hesitating on spending that much, bear in mind, Blood Money Reprisal here, by the way, is featuring something called the Instinct Mode, a mini-map, gameplay improvements from the later games in the franchise, and additional story content too. So basically, you're actually paying for the full new game. Check it out in case you missed it. With a literal 5 out of 5 rating and over 50,000 downloads in less than a day. At number 9, we have a Zombotron reboot coming to Android exclusively after like 4 years of wait. This thing here is a side-scrolling action platform shooter combining old school with modern elements and mechanics. It's free, playable offline with a controller, and takes you just 80 megabytes of storage. I actually cannot recommend a game more than this, even if I wanted to. Coming up behind that, from the same developers of the famous Police Chase that we mentioned at number 4, we've got another open world game released just a few days ago on the Play Store, finally going by the name Lightning Vanguard City Battles, which I'm guessing you figured out already by the trailer. It is a rope hero style action open world game where not only you have the power to fly, but actually get to go as fast as the superhero Flash, drive cars if you wanted to, and complete a lot of missions. It's a free one, about 300 megabytes in total, and it's sitting on both the Google and the App Store. If you want something easy to choose, I got something for you to pick up I think you will not miss. Since the game was just compressed with a new patch, it's about 400 megabytes in total now. Not only that, playable offline, and is sitting on both the Google and the App Store for free. If you missed it, we've got here House Flipper, which is just a home design management sim. A reason it's an offline game is because its sequel is releasing later on the month on consoles, and developers have been celebrating that with this, the mobile port, which is offline now. Anyway, it's a great game, universal in scale, smooth as hell, and this is how it looks. I've mentioned this one a couple of days ago in case you missed it. A couple of months back, when Octopath Traveler, the second game, came out on consoles, there was also the word that the first game is coming to Android and iOS. In which case you missed out on, the game just hit both Google and the App Store for free. Not only it is playable offline, it's actually coming from the same team who brought Ace Racer, Bloodstained, Naraka, and even the Lord of the Rings mobile. This thing is downloaded almost 50,000 times right now. It's rated a 4.9 out of 5 as well. Art of Rally, however, may be the crown jewel of all top-down racing games of the past few years. Finally went up on the Google Play, and it's taking you down a $5 fee. You can play this one offline in solo or co-op. It's a mobile port of one of the best physics and most fun physics-based racing games of 2021, which has been in the making for over a year now for just the mobile version. If you're thinking whether it's for you or not, the mobile port is just as good as the original PC one, works with the controller if you have one. If not, it also has a great touchscreen support as well. Number 14. Great Conqueror is now finally out, and it's one of the finest Total War style strategy games on the planet. Not only on the Play Store, the game is so good, it's already rated a 4.9 out of 5 and over 50,000 downloads on the Play Store. You might find some people complaining about the content of the game, but if you ask me, the game has compromised in every way to make it feel like the perfect strategy mobile game. Works amazing, significant improvement to its original, and the whole thing's about 750 megabytes in total. It's also offline. And at number 15, we have here, of course, Monster Truck Stunt, sitting on both the Google and the App Store with over 50,000 downloads already. It's halfway a platform-style monster truck racing game that was just ported to iOS with much more content as well. It's a free one, about 200 megabytes on Android and almost a gigabyte on iOS. Has a few pretty decent different modes to have a lot of extra fun with, has a single and a multiplayer, works offline with a controller, and is free all the way. Enough said, let's see some honorable mentions.